War is dumb. It's almost always used by the elites, the oligarchs, to acquire resources in other countries that they currently don't have access to. And they always frame it like it's some glorious escapade for the poor and the middle class to go off and die for the elites. Because that's almost always what is actually the case. It's very rare where a war is actually done for good reason, like self defense, in the case of Ukraine against Russia. Ukraine is literally defending themselves. Otherwise, Russia is going to conquer them, and God knows what that means the soldiers will do to the women and children, and that also means a lot of Ukrainian men will die. So, usually, the only time war is actually beneficial, it's not even really the right word, but the only time where, the end goal is actually meaningful is when it's done in self defense. But rarely is that ever the case. Like, that was only really the case for World War One, World War Two, what's going on in Ukraine, where you could actually make a really good argument that people were fighting to preserve their way of life, to preserve their lives in general, really. They were fighting against evil in those cases. Those are good wars. Okay, not good, but you get what I mean here. Like, the end goal actually has a lot of meaning. But almost every war, there is no real winner. It's almost always a Pyrrhic victory because both sides are going to get demolished. And a lot of innocent people die in the crossfire, or even just as soldiers. A lot of soldiers are brainwashed into thinking that they're dying for a good cause when usually they aren't. Usually, they're dying for the elite. They're dying so that some rich oil business owner can go drill for more oil in their country, or so that a banker can set up more banks in their country, or so that real estate moguls can start building more on their land. Kind of like how a lot of oligarchs in the US right now want that territory in Gaza, the beachfront properties, so that they can build and then sell the land. There you go. Most wars are fought for the elites. They're not fought for good reasons. So please never buy into the propaganda that you're actually going off and fighting for something worthwhile. Unless you're dealing with a self defense situation, or you're literally fighting somebody who's pure evil, like Russia or Nazi Germany, most of the time war is not this good endeavor. It's literally the poor and the middle class dying for the rich so that the rich can get whatever the heck they want because it's never enough. And the people who fall outside of that group pays the biggest price. And the rich do it all without caring about any of us. Like, they literally don't care about us. So why do you want to die for them? But yeah, I just want to share that real quickly because of how we're seeing this escalation with Israel and Iran that could very well, hopefully it won't, but it could potentially lead to World War III starting, depending on who gets brought into the conflict because of who's allies with who and whatnot. So you see how war can kind of escalate? Yeah, it's not a good thing because if this war ends up becoming anything bigger, it's clearly only for the oligarchs to acquire resources. So it's not a good conflict. But yeah, just stay smart and do not buy into the propaganda of the elites. Remember, the vast majority of wars are not good. It is not worthwhile to put your life on the line for the oligarchs who don't even give two craps about you.